Morning, everyone. I like the line of chairs. Hilarious. Oh. Okay, so to start the morning off, we're going to be making some promotional images for my Gumroad stuff. So we'll go ahead and get those sorted out. We'll probably only do this for a little bit. I think I can get this image done today. I do need to go back and let's see if I can get my sketchbook. Oh. Also, funnily enough, I think I just got a follow or subscription right before I started streaming. It's funny. So, Goblin, branding images. Really need to standardize a little bit more of what I'm doing every day. You know, get that. That's what he's saying. Just need to do a little bit of cleanup on the weight painting. Okay. Man, I just stood my desk. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna sit down. I gotta show off some old paintings I made. I'll show you later. Feeling lazy. Oh, I'm feeling lazy today. Tired and lazy. He is back. Hello, Pixie. I am back. Welcome. Is sound low or just my phone? I think it should be just your phone. My sound seems to be working fine. Good morning, Snardom. Hello. That's this guy over here. He's going to be shooting a bow, I think. Something like this. Doing more promo images this morning. Cool, good stuff. Again, I'm kind of curious how much faster I could have done this in Resonite. Just like posing everything. Because I know I can set up my characters to like pose them in Resonite and then export them. So it's like, I feel like I could work pretty fast if I wanted to, just in Resonite alone. Currently not really that fast, I'd say, but it'd be nice. Posing while possible, not easy as far as I know, if you'd want this kind of control. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no IK systems in Resonite, but there are. You can do the joint rotations. So it'd be more like FK style. So I'm thinking that might actually work out pretty well. In the future, at least. Maybe not this moment, but face controls will be hard with the tiny pieces if you're going for full face rig, etc. Very true. And yeah, it'd get very slow. This one's a little funny. Update this guy. Okay, I think that looks decent. All right, and let's just add a little bit of noise. Very different size-wise. After a certain point, I probably just don't have the resolution required. And we'll go to shading. This brand. I do have the substance texture. Hello, Zoom. Welcome. Good morning. I had 3D modeling my prompt control net just now. It's awesome to see what kind of 3D software it dreams up. Good morning, Arctic. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. One and all. One and all. Thumbnailing the bad boys? Yeah. Yeah, we got to get like some good promo images going. Also, this guy out of frame. Just chilling. That ogre's so sick. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you. Very happy with how it came out. How did the map making go? I ended up just learning a lot of different things. We'll probably do more map making today. So no map, but we learned a lot. We learned a lot. I'm going to join if I can. I am on the right PC today. Heck yeah. Yeah, we should be in it some point today. Be getting into it. All right. I think that's enough for that. A bit of haze. Doesn't look very nice. Okay. Mesh to points. Points. Volume. Attribute points on faces. I think that's what I want. Instance on points. Oh, I'm so sleepy right now. Looks a little too bumpy. Just need to lower it a little bit. A little too oddly rocky. Meh. Meh. That's okay. I'd rather have them just be like little pebbles or something. What I really need is like that freaking quick vegetation generator. That's what I probably should be using. Scaling, the texture scaling between these two is so different. This one's scaled to 0. This one's scaled, or they're both zeroed out on the scale. So why is the shading look so different? There we go. That feels much better. Looks a little odd. But it does look better. Okay. We're going to cheat. We are going to cheat. 3 alpha. Photo. It's the Botanic. Oh, it's got a $2 starter pack. Yeah, fuck it. That's worth it. sorry, I'm just gonna switch to full screen for a moment while I buy this asset. Hey, a follow. Wow. Wow. Load so thick you have to chew. Thank you for the follow. What a name. Also, not a very appealing idea. But welcome. Hello. We're setting up a Blender scene at the moment, but I'm getting some assets to include. Just have to purchase those really quick. I had to read that twice to get it, and oh hell. House bells. House bells. All right, now we can go back to the stream. Got that purchased. And now we can zip. Oh my bad. All right. And then we'll go to Blender. Resources, Blender add-ons. Go here, save, edit, preferences. This is the scene we're making. Install. Blender add-ons. Botanic. Botanic panel in the Botanic tab in the sidebar in the 3D view window. Botanic. Okay. Spawn asset. Coniferous. Deciduous. Oh. I want some plants. Deciduous. Okay. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Certainly looks like enough trees, I would say. Go. Then go back and make ivy wall. Can I change this at all? Be nice if there was like a something else to draw it. Hello, Skyfire. Welcome. Bark Bark. How's Friday? Friday's going well. We're working on making this promotional image for my goblin assets I'll be coming out with soon. Goblin. Right now we're just adding some details. Looks like we added a little bit too many trees in the background. It feels a little tense. Feels a little nicer. Some easier for your eyes to rest. And now we'll do one more asset. There should be some scattering options. Just this little clump here. And I suppose that's fine. Really easy way to do it would just be to integrate it into our GeoNode asset, because we already have all the points and stuff. We can just go ahead and... Do I really care about the rocks? Not really. So I'm just going to replace it very directly. And for our scale, we'll set it back to 1. Nice. That very instantly makes it look much better. All right, look at that. The power of vegetation. Let's focus a little bit on our shading. It's a little dim now. Cool. Now there is a color management option for the look. Do like medium contrast, very high contrast, very low contrast. Makes it feel very bright and sunny. Medium high, still too much. Medium low. It feels pretty good. All right. We can adjust more in the in Photoshop. So just make a few more of these little clumps here. And then maybe I'll put some skulls on the ground. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. I can't spend too much longer working on this. Otherwise, it's going to take up my whole day. I got other stuff to do. So, back to animation. Hello, Sky. Good morning. I'm gonna hide the botanic for a little bit while I outfit some of my goblins. You guys a lefty. Sure, he's firing at an angle. Cool. Then guy's gonna have a dagger. Like this. And then lastly, this guy over here. Bam. Maybe it should be this guy. This other hand? I don't know. The positioning there feels a little off. But he is running, so. For this dude. Gonna scoot him up a little bit. Looks like he's getting stabbed. You know what? Fuck it, why don't we just put him on this rock? He's on the rock now. He's rocking out. Couldn't resist. Couldn't resist that pun. we're gonna do. I have to do a little bit to pull the a lot of these details in and out. I feel like the lighting's still a little strong, or a little blown out. So we'll make it a little bit darker. And now we're just adding lights to pull the characters off the background and look a little bit easier to see. And lastly, one for this guy up here. All right, I feel like they're popping well enough. Popping. Blurry right there. This is a great exercise. Making more modules today. This is a great exercise. Oh, heck yeah. Um, I would recommend too, just trying to build a little structure with what you have already, because making modular things can be a little um, interesting sometimes, because it's like weird corner cases, usually in a very literal sense. Do full structure. I just just a small one, like I'm gonna make a 3x3 house. Give a little goofy expression. Still feel like it's too bright right here. This whole area should be darker. Oh, that's perfect. Even the grass could do with being a little bit. I think the main tuft is right here. Interesting. Or that one is. Just that one clump, though. You know what? Good enough. That's what I noticed yesterday. The solidify of the walls going the wrong way, it makes it not useful. Just need to flip the normals for those ones. I feel like I just don't see this goblin. I see these ones and the ogre. I don't notice this one at all. It's just too, I don't know, too dark. So what we'll do is actually just sculpt this area. Little. Goblin's doing goblin stuff. He's just a little gobbo. Doing gobbo things. Gobbo, 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 gobbo. There we go. All right, I feel like that pulls him out a little bit better. I'm just a little gobbo. Doing gobbo things. All right. All right. Cool. We just need to fix their hands and then go back and do some stuff. Can't see it at all. Cena's looking sick. Thank you, Sky. This noise sucks. What a terrible noise. There we go. That looks a little bit more like something. That's fine. Leave it there. Lacunarity. What a word. Lacunarity. Don't know what it means at all. All right. Feel like that's coming together. Coming together. Mouse going so slow. Looks a little bit more like it's at nighttime here. Which I think I like. A little bit thinner. More dense, though. All right, we're rendering this out. I gotta stop. Oh, no, let's fix the goblin hands. Close all their hands. We need to make sure the hands are rigged properly, because they are not. They're not rigged properly. Well, most of them. That thumb's pretty good, actually. According to Resonite, will the time of the day change as the game moves forward, so players will know when it's time to get to camp? Because it's more narrative, it won't like be that the sun is passively changing, but it is very easy to change the time of day. So you can there's something called like the sun gun or something like that in Resonite, and you can basically just like grab the sun and move it to whatever position you want, and it'll update the coloring and stuff. Grab the sun. He is not a doctor. Do not listen to him. Grab the sun. So it is quite easy to change those things. But I think for generally when I'm playing, it'll just be like when I decide. Also think of a timer for battle rounds and status effects. Ooh, that'd be cool. I do like the idea of a timer because that would force people to decide, which I think is one of the biggest issues with D&D is that a lot of times as a DM, I'll like let people think about things too long. Whereas like I think it is very useful to just be like, hey, time's up. I'm train band. Sounds good. Sounds good. Does not look right. I say someone gets a 5 rounds effect at some point, it'd be hard to remember. It is. There is a lot to keep track of. It'll be nice when I have like I need to make like a little iPad or something like that, virtual iPad for myself to like actually control stats and stuff like that. Much better. Sort of. That is not rotating the right way. But we'll take all the bones. And we'll smooth them. That should make it so that they mirror. What is a shortcut to invert weight paint gradient from add to subtract? I just manually move the weight over. Yeah, I just manually move it over every time. If you figure it out, let me know. I'm sure it's doable. Draw. Because I'm usually using draw. I just draw the values directly. I just used to it, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I should be used to it though. It's definitely not how you'd want it to work, but plus control. It's definitely. Oh no, control click is to swap bones. Alt's to drag. X. Oh, and then the bones for the eyebrows and some of the face rigging need to be adjusted. Shakes fist. They change things. I do not approve. Shortcuts for weight painting are different. No, I'm 3.5, not touching 4.0 as long as I can. Yeah, I'm not excited about shifting my workflows around, but yeah, I'll have to bite the bullet eventually. But it is not this day. And maybe not tomorrow either. I'll give it a general someday. Zero weight just does nothing for me. As long as your strength is up, zero weight should subtract as long as you're in draw mode. So add and subtract do only what they describe. Draw just sets the weights to whatever weight you want, as long as your strength is correct. So I usually only use the draw mode. I think it works pretty well for the most part. But it's only the gradient tool I can't figure out. It should, if I have my weight at 0.4 here, I'm in draw mode. It'll add it to everything, or set it to 0 to subtract. It just had to wait until you ask someone, and then that's usually how Blender starts. I get Blender to start working. It's like, hey, look at this bug, and then the bug disappears. The meta process. All right, there we go. That should have fixed up his hand. Let me actually do the pose for him. I guess before I do that, Alt R, please. Edit reference bones. Yeah, these are really messed up right here. That's just in the wrong spot. That's correct. right, one more adjustment. Edit these bones right here. The mind affecting the code. I changed nothing, just around setting things to 0 and 1 again. All right, select that. Pose tools, add hand fist. Let me copy this pose, add hand fist. Flip it to the other side and add hand fist. Okay, now I can scale them in and out. Well, that's annoying. Okay, good stuff. I'm doing this mostly to confirm that yes, the right hand did not get updated, as I feared. Now I have to go around, select all the bones. I don't know what that is. Now I should be able to then go into weight paint mode, smooth them all by a very tiny amount. And notice that they're still broken. Why is that? Because I don't have symmetry on. That would do it. Still broken. Okay. So annoying. All right, so the symmetry tool in Blender actually kind of sucks. I would say that that's definitely one of the worst, or most likely to be broken features. All right, so we just turn on the smooth brush. I also was not smoothing these bones. So we set the smooth down to some extremely low number. Make sure we got that topology mirror on. And just hit all sides. I see what it is. Also, these weights here. I feel like it didn't update any of these weights. That's really annoying. I should not have to be doing these twice. Still looks really fucked up there. Maybe there's something else that's got a hold on it. Okay. Good enough. Now we can go through our animation and we can actually close up these hands now. Alrighty. Hello, Jack. Welcome. Hello, hello. Oh, we're working on some promotional images for some of the characters I've made. We're gonna be selling these characters soon. We're just slapping together some promo images. Looks very cool. I like it. Well, thank you. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to take this image. We're going to render it at 200% into the folder right here. Renders. Oh, hi, Jack. The info yesterday was so refreshing. I'm afraid I already forgot most of it, but it was helpful either way. It was very helpful. Thank you again for coming by, Jack. I think I have a lot of good ideas now. And I was able to put together one of those dice rollers into a tool. So we got pretty much the whole thing working. We even set it up using a dynamic impulse. So it's a little bit more extensible than it was before. Or than my previous dice roller. That's fine. It's a lot of stuff at once, but you really only start learning once you get some practice. I want to change the light here on the back of the club. And get a little bit more detail on the rocks. That's pretty much it. Ooh, it's laggy. Okay, then back to shading. Our rock just looks bad, so we're gonna add a Musgrave with actually a good texture. Please. Interesting. This doesn't seem to be changing as much as the ground was. 58.3. Ah, gotcha. Closer to 0. That's true. That's where Blender usually gets my way. But mom, just 5 more minutes in Blender. I'm almost at the last boss. Also, Fruits just pushed the update he was testing yesterday a couple hours ago, and we have, among other stuff, notifications for people joining / leaving worlds now. Nice, that's awesome. Wondering about Quixel Megascans, if it can be easily exported to Blender or other engines. It's doable. Usually those are intended for like high resolution single player games, but it is doable. There's just a little bit more variation in there. But I think it's good enough for now. Okay, one more render. All right, good. Now we can save this, close this, and we'll open it up in Photoshop and start making some branding images. We probably won't be in doing Gumroad stuff much longer. I'm already getting a little tired of working on it. I'd rather work on something fun for a Friday. It is fun, but it's not as fun as going into Resonite stuff. We also need to message Siler. All right, so believe the image size is 1280 by 720. I am correct. 1280, 720. And we'll drop this into our Seas, goblins, branding, Photoshop. Hello, Ibo. Welcome. So I had the impression it was Thursday, but I guess I missed one day this week. Well, don't worry. On Tuesday, I thought it was Wednesday. So that yielded some funny. Pretty sure I was telling everyone in chat, oh, yeah, it's Thursday, this and that. It was not. Absolutely, Ibo. Welcome. We're doing some branding images for some characters I'm making. Wednesday was a national holiday here, so my sense of time is super off. What holiday? Only 15 minutes of work, so yay! Good. Good. Ah, come on. On my computer, in this folder, Goblin Crew Gumroad. There we go. Then I can go and grab those renders, drop them here. Bam. Take the background, invert it. Then we'll do a few classic moves. Sam Dutter classic finishing moves. First, we'll add a stroke around the edges. And then drop it in. Filter, blur, Gaussian. Okay, that already helps quite a bit. Just boom. Awesome. And then we'll add a levels. And then we'll add a color balance. In the shadows, I'd like to put a little bit more blue. In the midtones, we'll bump up the yellow. In the highlights, also bump up the yellow. Cool. Oh. And then we're actually going to go back and render out one more time because I'd like a Z mask for depth. That'd be good. Go to compositing, use nodes, and make sure that in our render layers, we are including Z. And here we'll do a file output. Doesn't matter, just paste it right there. Boom. Yeah. Should have the Z somewhere. Depth. Doesn't look like it did anything. Yeah, that looks useless. So we'll delete that. Back to here. And instead of Z, we're going to use mist. Because that allows me to go here and view the mist. That should be good. Save. And we might as well go view, viewport render image. I just have it. here. Photoshop and get the depth. And all I really want to do is give it just a little bit of fog. Let's do normal. Copy this whole map. Make a folder. Hide this. In the folder, we'll create a mask. On the mask, I'll paste my mist. Back to the folder. And make a layer in here that we can fill. And I can actually just level the mask. Push the fog back if I need to. Hit OK. Definitely changes the whole look of it, but kind of liking it. All right. And then what we'll do is hide everything. Photoshop, you just like being annoying, Photoshop. Wall of fog, or fog, mist, clouds, black and white, stock photo, detail. Simple. Probably need to remove clouds from it. This will do. I want to go nuts with it, but I think it just adds a nice bit of depth to it. Helps understand where we want fog to be. Helps bring out the ogre quite a bit. I like that. All right. Now we'll do some text and stuff. Down here, we'll add just below this a gradient. Like this. One final pass on just adding some detail. I want to pop out the ogre a little bit more. So to do that, I'm actually going to duplicate my depth again, make a layer, take this, add it to the mask again, boom, paste back here. Then in this folder, I can paint a nice dark shadow right here. Say something like this. Should be darker already, but okay. And then I can go into my mask and make sure we push it behind certain things. There we go. Maybe a little ham-handed, but got that. And perhaps even a little bit more. All right, I think that looks really good, actually. Yeah, nice. I'm happy with this. Looks good. Thank you, Sky. So now for some weird effects. That just gives everything this light noise. Helps it feel a lot more realistic. Okay. I want to be a little extra. Even though I'm already being a little extra, be a little bit more extra. So in here, I'm actually going to duplicate this one. Set it to subtract. Enough. Enough. That looks good. I don't need to mess with this anymore. All right. I'm going to switch to pattern. And I'm going to give this my name. Make a new file. Add 4K. Maybe. I don't have 4K lined up. There we go. Paste it. Shrink this. Oh, just copy it first. Paste it. Like that. Convert it. To linear dodge. Turn it way down. Actually, I will turn it all the way up. Give it a mask. And the mask will lower its influence. Maybe. Should be able to adjust that. Should see some of it in there. Yeah, let's leave that out now. And I'd rather just... All right, let's make some text. I'll make a new folder for text. And we'll say, for the name, Sam Better. Sam Better. That now. Boom. And then we'll do a little bit more of a direct watermark. Then on top of this, we'll make another one. Goblin Encounter. Or Goblin Gang. I like alliteration. With Comic Sans? I think so. I think so. A paragraph and just make it center. I like that in a way. That's a totally different language. Goblin Gang sound good. What's a better name for this? Like I want to imply with the name that these are characters you can use for like a goblin encounter. So goblin NPCs. I feel like that's not bad. Gobbo Posse. Kind of like that. Goblin Posse. What does ChatGPT have to say? Goblin Strike Force 1 Super Alpha Omega. Come up with 10 different names for a product containing avatars and NPCs for a goblin camp. This is D&D related. Goblin Grotto. Warble and Wart. Goblin Camp Adventures. Grizzle Grax's Camp. I kind of like, yeah, Gob Crew. I like something where it feels like a name, like they're an actual bandit camp or like cadre, you know. Warble and Wart is a good name. I like that. Bog Brews Goblin Camp. Greenhide Retreat. The Goblin Gathering. Sneak and Snarl. And Nibbler's Nook. What a name. Wow, it's just coming up with weirder and weirder names. Mud Munch Clans. What? Mud Munch. Green, Mean, and Unclean. I like that. Knob Knuckle. Some of these sound kind of scandalous. The Ogre and its 7 Goblins. Goblin Harem. Goblin Guild. Goblin Camp Collection, I feel like. Goblin Burrows. How about like Goblin Camp Essentials? I don't know. Goblin Soup. Goblin Crew. I kind of like Goblin Crew. Gob Crew. We'll go with that for right now. I need something kind of... That's a little too modern. Well, maybe a little too wacky for how realistic they look. It's too wacky. Kind of like that. Legible and feels fantasy. Let's give it a little bit of turning. Man, Brandon stuff is hard. Let me look up splash images. That's too literal. Useless. Goblin Camp NPCs. Goblins. I can't read that. That's so hard to read. Gangster. Too hard to read. Come on, I've got to have some better text for this. Kind of like that one, but it's just too. We got the right font, okay? We got to get the right font. I really hate that it closes it when I click. Ooh. encounter. It's too long. Goblin camp. I feel like that's just, well, maybe I'm being too literal here. I'm a very literal person sometimes. Does the ogre come with? Yes. Goblin gang. Goblin gang. Goblin these nuts. Okay, I think that's good. Yeah, we'll use that for now. I can always change it later. All right. Then we can pull out this here, product, upload an image, computer files. All right. I have a question about Resonate. Go right ahead. What's your question? How big one world can be. As far as I understand, it's pretty much infinite. There are probably some upper bounds to how big a world could be, but it's certainly not something that I think you would normally encounter. Oh, these shots are weird. Save this. Up, branding, Blender, branding 02. This one will be the T-poses, turnarounds. Can you merge load different worlds? I don't think so. But you can save a hierarchy into an item and then load that item into a different world. So you could take your chunk, like your house. So for example, if you're building a house, you can save that house as an item and then just pull that out in a different world. You can load multiple worlds as a client, so you can focus between worlds. Not sure what you mean. You can assemble a scene in a world and move it. Yes, you can assemble a scene in a world and move it to a different world. People have built multi-world worlds, but that's hard. Yeah, I think what Snardom's referring to is that when you're in Resonite, you can be in multiple worlds, only one at a time, but you can have multiple loaded. So you can very quickly transition between the two. But not like a MMO situation. Not yet, at least. You probably could. You would just have to be very smart about how you turn things on and off. We'll do something like this to start with. We'll have like a close up with stats. Just thinking ahead for D&D. Absolutely, absolutely. And then shading, 0. World, D, open. I like someone can make a dungeon and import the whole dungeon if it comes to the decision of players entering that dungeon. Absolutely. If you really wanted to do it that way, I would guess that loading into a different world would probably be simpler. Like my initial instinct for how we're going to break these up is we'll have like, instead of it being like world based, it would be location based. So you'd have like chunks of like, you'd have a tavern world that everyone loads into when you're in the tavern, and then a dungeon world for just that one dungeon, and then the goblin camp is another world, and you just kind of hop between them. And I like it that way because, for another reason, is that if I wanted to reuse things, or like say someone else wants to use that location for their own campaign, it keeps it modular. Exactly. It's like you can just go like, oh, hey, you roll up on a new building. For me, it's my tavern for my characters or for my campaign, but for someone else, it's just like a random inn that they find while they're traveling. Um, and I think you can kind of keep it uh, flexible. Flexible, as one would say. Road encounter, exactly. So there's no reason to keep this offset. Let's do straight on. We'll do straight on. Probably make the camera orthographic. I don't need to make it orthographic, but I'm going to. Road encounter. Yeah, I think that might be a great one to start with for just like a simple. We could make you could have a world with like 8 different sections of road, and each section of road looks different. But it's like you could sit in one section for a little bit, chat, and do an encounter there, and then go, okay, well now you go to the next spot, and the DM teleports them to a little campground area or something. Fine. Maybe should I include the weapons? No, we'll do that on their own image. But we will make a new scene. And link in the augury. Include one of the goblins for scale. Cool. But here's a question. Do you think I should have my Gumroad page contain everything? Like I have this with all of them, but I feel like I could probably pretty easily make another product page with just the goblin, another with just the ogre, rather than doing these variations. But I feel like it's also nice to have all the variations in here. Feels a little more self-contained, but I don't know. Torn on that one. Torn on that. I'd sell separately and together. Okay, yeah, just hit both of it. Both of them. I respect that. If you buy both, they become cheap. Right now I do have it set up where it's like you got the goblin by himself, ogre by himself, and then all assets. Goblin plus ogre, all assets. And then I'll probably make another 2 options for the weapons and the armor being separate. Okay. I think that sounds good. Hard to tell sometimes because it's like it's hard to tell sometimes. What sounds preferable? Should be the same shader. When you get in-game footage, then that can be pretty enticing. Very true. Very true. All right. It's almost 11 already. Okay. I think we'll render these images out and then move on to Resonate for the last hour of this first stream. Goblin crew. Turn around. Ogre. I guess I do need to add an underscore at the end of these. And I just want to make sure that we're only rendering 1 frame. All right, and we'll render now 200%. Oh, easy peasy. Good stuff. Now let's pull back open Photoshop. Did I open? Which one did? It's annoying having 2 versions of Photoshop here. That's right. So this will be the splash image. And I'll actually take the, no, we'll leave the border in there. Make a new folder for turn around. And then in here, we'll start with the goblin. Boom. Goblin. And new layer. Okay. Since you can open a web page in Resonite, it means that you can actually use any D&D web app in VR. Technically true, yes. Well, actually, let me think. I don't know if everyone sees the same web page as you. I would assume so, but I actually haven't tested that. Certainly, you can use web apps yourself, but would it be a shared browser? I don't know. You can't simply copy paste a website, but but border. Ah, you like make an in-game tablet showing the web page content. You can load content from web pages, so you may not necessarily need it to be like an HTML web page, but you can stream data in and out of Resonate between websites. You do get requests of web URLs, APIs. You can copy paste videos like Twitch, YouTube, shared view, and local files, shared view. Cannot render a full web page in there by default by copy pasting URL that I know of at the moment, but you can print screen a website and share that screenshot. I guess technically you could just, like if I was streaming in the world and I wanted to stream the web app, I just stream that one browser and put a window up it into the Resonate world. Other people couldn't interact with it, but they definitely would be able to see what's going on at that point. We could have our character sheets and each write our own sheets, supposing we use a web page for it. You write your sheet and just drag the file into Resonate text file, for example. Exactly. You could literally sit there and type out in Resonate your character sheet. You can drag it in as a PDF. The PDF's probably the way you'd want to go. I don't know if you can edit PDFs though. Long term, I'll probably just make a little sheet that you can bring into the world and edit and stuff, and you just save it. That'd probably be simplest. Need to bring this in closer. And we also need to add D&D Beyond has character sheets. You can change your HP and many things. That's why I'm asking. Has lots of functionalities like leveling up and choosing new perks and spells. Certainly, you can use that. There would be nothing stopping you from using it on your end. It would just be a little bit more difficult to share that information directly with other people in Resonite. But you can, of course, develop your own character sheet system in Resonite. So, no. Tomato, tomato. Brainstorm phase. Brainstorm phase. All right. We'll call it there on working on our branding stuff. Still a lot more to do to really flesh this out, but I think once we have it, it's going to look very good. All right, let's call it there. I'm going to go to the restroom and then we'll get in Resonite and we'll see what we end up doing. Not quite sure what we'll do, but I'm sure we'll come up with something really quick. Actually, I'll probably continue to work on the dice roller and a few of the tools. Anyway, yeah. almonds. All right. It's time. Time to hop in. Get crazy with it. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. We're in. We're in. Oh, maybe we'll try to do some Twitch integration too. That'd be a fun practice. Loading. Spawn out the Twitch chat. Inspect. There you go. There's ways to do redeems and stuff as well. Oh, I'm not logged in. Then log me out again. All right. 1 second. Every 30 days? I logged in yesterday. I think it's every update. Oh, what the? It's a very old view. All right. Remember me, log in. Like my shirt. think it's loading. There we go. Okay. Oh, I always forget. Cool. So, got my avatar. I need to adjust the grabs on this. This avatar's a little fucked up. I do just kind of like the default one. Very minimal. Extra long, great ride limit. All right, let's take a look at some Twitch integrations because that sounds fun and something we can all work on together, or at least play with together. Going to Resonite Essentials, going to Tools, Dev Tool, Flex Tool. That's fine for now. Actually, I'll go back to my main inventory. And I'm just going to save these right here, just so they're in my top. Okay. All right, so now create new. We'll do it's just an empty object. You always make your own heads and hands. For some reason, I like the responsiveness of those avatars while working. Yeah, I like these ones. There's less stuff getting in the way. Actually, let's take a look at Resonite Essentials. Yeah, here we go. Twitch chat. Whoa. Took a little bit. Oh, man. No sub. Toggle save. Modules disabled. Okay. Twitch chat. Twitch interface. Channel. Oh. That looks like it didn't load properly. Something way over there too. Let's try it again. Controller diagram. Oh. Work to having hard interface. No kids. Oh, there we go. Design. I don't know what this is though. Should that be my screen, or is there always just going to be this little thing loading? Oh, that's pretty nice actually, because then I can get rid of this panel. Oh. Okay. Didn't realize the option on the back. Well, it loads facing this way. So. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So hello everyone. We can see you now. I can see you now. Hello world. Unfortunately, I will only see Twitch chat here though. At least for the moment. Until I figure out how to do it differently. But I would also love to make a little object in here, which we'll rename to redeems. You know, I actually will bring back the SteamVR menu because I don't want to miss other people that are chatting. That make it feel sad for them. So for redeems, we can attach components. And sure, scam us out of our channel points. Now we don't need to test redeems in a second, don't we? Just making sure you guys can't throw more bananas at me. I only have 240K left. Oh no, you'll run out. Where would this? Well, these are components. The tools. May not be. I do remember seeing it though. It's oh, interesting. OBS settings. Auto. Ah, old interface. I didn't really want all of that. Where's my... Oh. Did I lose my redeem? Oh well. Which interface settings? This does not seem correct. I'm going to take this, delete the whole thing, and drag out a new one. And we'll turn off modules. Boom. I don't know what that means, or what it does. Put it over here. Switch this to then we'll open it up again. Inventory. All right, so now I just have my Twitch chat I can drag out at any time. And I'm going to leave that one alone. And we'll once again create a new object. Empty. No, I take that. I'd rather have just a little object to no. Box down. Inspector. 0. Just reset. Okay. And then we'll make a parent above this. That's nice because I thought this would set it to 1. Bam, bam. Yeah. Oh my god. All right. The object. All right. Make a child object. In the child object, we're going to call this redeems. And which ratio. Okay. Now redeems. We'll look at the components one more time, but I'm also going to swap this so I can open up my protoflex nodes. Okay. Another object. Change that to okay. So in here, in our protoflex nodes, we got a bunch of stuff. Now we need to hunt down where the Twitch stuff was again. It's in use. Which reward redeem event. All right. Follow. And my newer Flux tool. Okay. Message. Wow. A lot. Does it work yet? I'm getting there. And then we've got subscription. Okay. All right, so we actually have a lot that we can play around with here. This is on the Flux side of this one. So if I go to here and when I did Twitch interface last time, it was just too much. And it's the old interface. So getting the feeling that Flux is what I will need to do. So when I get a message, I can get the message, user ID, display name, color, highlighted as subscriber, as moderator, as broadcasters, terminals, VIP, cheers bet, cheers amount, bits, dollar, subscribed month count. That's just a chat message. Which follow and unfollow. Cool. But I do need an interface. I do. Because I have to reference. Where would I get this? Can I not get it from this guy here? Which chat dialog? Interface. I find the reference. That work, give it a shot. Oh, that just does what I did a second ago. And stream control. Okay, so that's right. Awesome. Cool. So that means it won't be terribly difficult to integrate what I have here into this. So I can actually just go ahead and drag it right in. Set this font. Okay, so now I've injected my Twitch integration into interface here. I don't know. Stay right. All right. So that means now I can go back to stream control, take this interface, not like that, like this. I can drag this out. I just drag it. All right, cool. All right, so now we have the interface. Having a hard time hearing. Okay, yeah. Let me get a little closer. Okay, hopefully that's better. How's that sound? All my volumes are at max. I can also. Is that better? Okay, perfect. I'll try to speak a little bit louder too. You definitely always feel free to let me know. You can't hear me. Nothing's worse than talking and realizing no one can actually hear me. I mean, there's worse things, but it's not a fun feeling. Okay, so there's more here. Which ones do I have? A Twitch chat message, follow. I don't have this one. And reward, redeem event. That's the main one I want to use today. And then everything else is right there. We'll leave you over here. This is all my protoflux. I'm going to move this a lot closer so that when I pack all this stuff into here, it's just right. Let's say that. I took out my almonds. Not the almonds. Well, those times where you were talking on the phone just end up saying, hello, are you there? And no, then no answerable. Reward. Follow. Subscription. Raid. There's a few other things I would love to be able to get, which is like the current user list would be awesome. But I don't know how to do that yet. Oh, more back here. I already have this. Okay. This panel is for this guy here. These are all the components I can add. And getting organized is like after that step. If not more so. All right. That's fine. Don't have to worry about the hierarchy just yet. I mostly just want to figure out some logic. So let's say when someone chats. Are you getting on Resonate this afternoon? I'm already in. But yes, I will also be getting on this afternoon too. Someone types something. I guess I can type too. There we go. I'll join this afternoon. Sounds good. Cool. Hello. So we're definitely getting them receiving, which is awesome. So that's cool. I don't really know what to do with that just yet. I think we just have to choose something interesting. So I think when the redeem happens, reward ID. We would want to be able to check what the reward is. And I think of something fun now. What time is it? 11:20. Okay, how much time? we don't have too much time, so I just want to do something really simple, like spawn something. So we'll say actions. Um, I make a object, say a particle system. Um, great. Okay. I just want something to happen, something simple. um, how can I make something? So these are components. I'd love to be able to spawn something. Um, it's got to be very easy. Okay, so we do have an animator. It's in the rendering. How to join? Uh, so you can shoot me. I'm not going to be on for too much longer, just 20 minutes for this stream. But if you send me your name, I'll add you on my list. Oh, dynamic device. Sorry. Need to be done with something first. That's totally fine. I'm gonna get off in like 20 minutes, but then I'll be back on this afternoon. So don't feel like you have to join right now, because I'll probably be getting off in just a Okay, come on. There's got to be spawn object, make object, something like that. Asset loader. String. Want it to load an item based on a string? Did I add that component? Invalid. Okay, let me sit down. Ooh. Sit back. Object instancer. Where did you see that? Is that in here? Mentioned finding objects side of it. I don't know where to find them. Sorry. Totally fine. I mean, part of it is just not being able to search things. Certainly makes it a lot more challenging to do things when you can't search. That and part of me also for not remembering. Violent April Fool's explosion. That's it's a literal tool. Point generators. Sphere point generator. One. Here's this. It's not going as easily as I thought. All right, maybe we will leave it here for now. We'll come back to that. At least we know we can do stuff. Why do I have a 0? All right. Man, just want to be able to make something. Why that's so hard? Shit. Attach mesh. Fake meshes. Get asset. Get texture. You know, I can check that. Looks cozy. Thank you. Got a decent amount of stuff here. Not sure what I had selected. But let's go to our RP testing world. Because oh darn, I didn't save all the stuff that didn't spawn in here. Oh, that makes me sad. I just assumed it would have been saved. It's usually that's how it works. Made so much stuff yesterday. Shit. Lame. Okay. It's gotta be an example of something that I can pull apart to see how it makes things. So if we go to examples, boost, text, vehicle physics, down logic, go to public, let's try Jax, items, async projectiles, yeah, projectiles, whatever. This, actually, why am I doing this here? I'm gonna go back to my main one. This isn't loading. I don't need to be here. Gonna head off. I'll have a good rest of your day. Sounds good, Arctic. We'll catch you later. Enjoy your day. Your chat box did not follow you. No, it's world specific. It's not load. Or does it just keep getting bigger? It looks like it just keeps getting longer. That's fine. All right. Try that again. Inventory. Pull this out. And I believe when I use this, it's not working just yet. It's not a tool. And if we go to projectiles, it's literally just an empty, so that's now it's protoflux. Perfect. What I want. Unpack. Here's our here. And I just want to see how they break int store local ball count. Okay. Transform or reflect. And duplicate slot. That must be it right there. Duplicate slot. Destroy slot. So it is. Okay. So it's the slots. So duplicate slot. Where would that be? That's probably what I want though. Because it makes sense. There's no prefab system. And spawning things would take too long. You would just make a slot. That's your template object. Duplicate that. Okay. That's somewhere in here. Flow. But now I have to figure out where the fuck it would even be. Slots. Duplicate slot. There we go. Yeah, because template is a hierarchy. So we would make an object that we store. I don't quite know what I'm going to do, but I know now that that's what I need in order to spawn something. That's good. Okay. What is referenced here? So duplicate slot references this projectile, which is in here some templates. Okay. Gotcha. It's in my little templates folder. It's a projectile. And this is active, so it's just the parent object that's disabled. Smart. So then you don't have to set it on. You just pull it out and it's already enabled. Okay. That's what you see here. That's the template. Cool. Right. Is your current world not open or listed? It should be open. I feel like I do this multiple. That's private again. Let's see. I feel like there's something about settings here that I have set up incorrect. Or maybe it's like a personal setting. Should be open now. Should be open now. I'll probably be getting off in just a few minutes here. But we've got something good going on now. Let's see. Floor. Whoa! What's up, Snardo?
That was it. I think I just joined while you were switching or something. I joined your RP testing, but I'm not sure. I saw your AFK character there, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think I'm into both still.
Yeah. I just didn't realize I could join you
In my
differently
AFK.
as well. So hold on.
And so,
Just thought I'd drop by to drop something off.
okay, yeah.
I mean, do my share. I'm not quite sure how the shared inventory worked anymore. I did make a folder, and I did put it on share, I think.
Okay.
I
So basically,
just put some random crap in there people can use. So I don't know,
oh,
whatever they want.
nice little
Stuff like
shield.
this.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I'm not quite sure. I think I can share it like this. Just want to test that because I don't really know anymore. Hold on. Oh. Now what? Can I base it or something? Oh, there we go. There.
You got something different on Avatar today. Oh, okay. Stardum's share. Nice. Yeah, so as I understand, how I'm able to add it is basically you take it and you save this object to where you want the folder to be in your folders. So I save it
And
health.
this doesn't cost you any storage. This is my storage, so it costs me some of mine. But this is public, so if I change it, it should be updated in there as well. But well, it's just it's just two props in there, but still.
I mean, hey, starting somewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I thought I'd just try to get into it as well.
Oh, absolutely. I wonder if okay, I want to do some fun redeems, but I'm feeling like struggling some. And I'm gonna mess around with trying to get some joints to work on a character model.
And for the redeems, I would say first think of what you want to make, and then prototype it a smaller piece of it. You know.
Yeah.
If you don't know what to make yet, it's a big chunk of protoflux to chew through, I think, as well.
Absolutely. I mean, half of it's just like, okay, well, what would I need to even get it to work, and then how I. It's like now I know I've got all the pieces in place because we just duplicate slots. So that's how I'll spawn objects. I just want to be able to spawn things when these happen and then have to delete themselves. Oops.
Yeah. I think it should have a redeem. I'm not quite sure what they did in here, but in the predecessor they had quite annoying redeems like the particle effects around the streamer's head or whatever the person is. You enter the name in Twitch chat.
Gotcha.
So if they're in the world with you, they get the effect. Like bees around their head, or they explode and they respawn, stuff like that. That was already in the default, so I'm not quite sure if they have some of that still in there somewhere. But you could inspect that and work from there, I think.
Sure, there are some, but this is definitely the basis of it here.
Yeah.
Let's use this world, but I'm curious if it doesn't. Oh no, now it's scrolling. Never mind. So it's like, does it just keep getting longer? Oh. All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna see. I drag a character out.
What's happening there?
Where? Oh, the
Is
arrow?
the projectile system working or not?
Yeah, I made a.
It's an arrow going up constantly. Or
I did
is
make
that
an arrow.
animation or something? Or
It's just a projectile, or sorry, a particle system.
particle system? Okay.
And I don't think
uses
that's
the
how I
arrow,
want to use it.
It uses that arrow, or well, that one.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
you
wait.
can grab
Is
them.
my
'cause
laser enabled?
They're not objects. Not objects. Just particles. So you don't actually. Not actually
But
able to grab
it's
them.
an instant of this arrow, then the particle effect.
Yes, yeah. I'll put that in there. And let's grab an avatar. Do this guy again. Shrink you.
Again,
Swap
just
it.
use your hands. I mean,
And now I'm going to open the inspector. We're going to. I wanted to see. First, let's. Well, I'd like to get rid of the VRIK. Right. Now, five method. Remove all instances. There. Okay. So now, we still got dynamic bones, but that's all we wanted. So I'd like to try going to say the arm. Start there. Spine. 3, shoulder, no. Oh, check some. And then we'll add, oh, it does already have a capsule fiber. Very cool. How do I turn it?
I think you can visualize those as well on.
I have that one visualized. But I want to turn it off.
You can at least do it on import, but I'm not quite sure how to turn it off. That's also something I don't know.
Let's try. The joint is in joint transform. Is that in?
Transforms physics.
That's right. Just a second. Joint. Give me a joint, please. Can we trans? Oh, hey there, Jack.
Hello.
Hello. We're just goofing around right now, trying to get a joint.
Nice.
Do some like kind of word. Way to compose characters. So I'm gonna try to slap a joint on his shoulder.
Yeah, so
Oh, there we go. Joint.
Great, I got the gizmo.
Common UI drivers. Shit, which one? No, I lost it. How's the day going, Jack? Or evening?
yeah, early evening. So far good.
Good.
Finished work earlier. We didn't have internet for an hour, but it's back.
Whoa, what's back?
Let's hope it stays back. Our internet. We had like
Oh,
a connection dropout.
That's the worst. Can't live with
Yes. Okay, it was only like half an hour, but whatever.
that. Too long.
Well, it was enough time to do like some grocery shopping, and then I came back, and then it didn't take long for it to return, so wasn't the end of the day.
Wait, what were we looking for again? Because I got lost in the.
I'm looking for a
I don't
joint.
even know what we're looking for. Oh yeah, joint.
New sessions. Okay, so
This one's got it. Spots. Bam. So I just want to take pivot lid joint. I'm just going to drag it. All right. So now, there we go. So what I'm thinking is that for characters that, or especially monsters, I'll just go in and
Make
like
those grabbable.
exactly like actually just straight up go in and pose the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could work.
Limited on
Like-
text.
Go really metaverse and make your control rig so you can use grabbable objects to control your character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, until we have an IK system, this will do. Next twist. Okay. Just drag this over. And now I should be able to. No. So I guess it only has an X.
Do you mind if I quickly play with something
No, go for it.
over here? Nice, because Brooks did add a feature I requested in the last update.
Oh, very cool. A
So I
gun!
No gun, no.
I think there's plenty of guns around already in here. So.
No, basically he made a feature which allows data feeds, or specifically the one that gives you all lists, all users in the session, to be searched.
Ah,
So I wanted to see if I can just quickly steal some of that. Just there. This is not actually a an icon, so I would need this.
I guess joint
And I
is
don't this.
it's only for one direction at a time, it seems. I wonder instead of that, just straight up use a grabbable and limit it its position. Grabbable again. Action. So transform. Or no, it should be interaction. Transform. Action. Oh, so there's another interaction. And grab. Now I just able to move it around. That's not quite what I want. Can I maintain the position? When only drop and disable active user. Scalable, physical grab. And move this around, but that's not what I want. Limit. Is there a constraint system?
Not really. That's something that we will get with the new IK system as well. The best thing you can do is alt settings that are on the joint directly.
Okay.
That should allow you to limit it in some regards, on some axes, but it might be a bit.
It does seem to only be one axis, so you can only choose one axis. So maybe
I think you can make multi-axis joint. Wait, where's the joint that you added?
set that one set position.
Grab transform
Reset
interesting.
position on release. Let me check. Rotate it. No. Not quite. Because it's resetting
Or-
to it's not a relative
Well,
offset.
I think it's just resetting to 0.
But closer. Close. Reset.
Pretty sure you can make a join that works on multiple axes though, because I did something.
I'm doing that right now here with the chest. This one
Okay.
on multiple axes. So,
Just
but
have two
I mean,
joints.
it's both. No, it's one. You can
That's what I was trying to do.
you can just enable which axis you want, and I think you can scale it as well. I mean, if I put 0.5 in there.
Fill his character in a second because he's all
Yeah.
twisted, but we'll take the joint, drop it here.
Where do you find it
No,
again?
actually,
The component.
I think it's not the axis that you necessarily want to change, because I'm pretty sure that's a vector, but you have twist and swing, and these are two different things. One of them is around a different axis. So right now you only have a max twist of 90, but a maximum swing of 0.
Mhm.
So I think if you add a maximum swing, that is actually going to give you another axis of
Green.
rotation.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's doing wonky stuff now on multiple axes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think because you have your axis set
It's
to
the
like
impossible
a
chest.
weird one.
Can I close it? No.
I know.
Okay.
Interesting. Excellent. It does get weirder the more you add on. I feel. The swing is definitely closer to what. But you can't twist it. Or twist. I guess that would be why.
I do think I did close all my inspectors, but I'm gonna hop off again. But I hope I cleaned up after myself.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah. I mean, no worries. I have to purge the world regularly. But yeah, definitely thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you soon. I'll be back on in the afternoon for more shenanigans.
All right. Maybe I'll be back later. Bye.
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 Okay. That goes correct. That's just setting. Let's turn it off. How did I do this? Just still. Deformations look weird on the shoulder. It got moved. It's rotating properly, but it did get moved into chest. Just at the front. Alright, what time? Oh, it's noon already? Hey Jack, I'm gonna be heading out for lunch.
Oh.
Um,
Okay, I'm
sorry
gonna
about that.
quickly save this. Oh no, don't worry.
but thanks for stopping by.
I'm
I
gonna
will catch you soon. I'm only on 38 FPS, so I feel like it's not that I'll catch you later, Jack. I'll be on again in like an hour and a half. So.
All right. See you. Bye.
Bye, Jack. See, I swear I saved the other world, but I didn't see anyone's stuff in there. But perhaps assets other people make don't work. I'm not sure. All right, y'all. I know you just heard me again, but I'll say it one more time. I'm going to go on lunch, so if you are new here, definitely hit that follow and subscribe because I'll be back very soon. And this time, instead of mess around with Protoflux and stuff, we are going to focus this afternoon on making environments. So that's going to be the main focus. How do we make environments quickly? How to snap them together, learning how to do that quickly. Because I could get lost in the tools very easily. I'd rather get to role-playing again as quickly as possible. It's already been a week since our last role-play. And I would like to do more. Anyway, I'll catch you all in just a little bit. Bye, everyone. See you in about an hour and a half. Bye-bye.